So for those that don't know, just a little bit of context, Toastmasters trains not only leaders, but it also is a public speaking nonprofit. Part of this curriculum is called Pathways. Pathways is the main training module that Toastmasters will utilize to achieve their progress within Toastmasters. So I'm going to share my screen and take you through the step-by-step instructions on not only how to enroll in Pathways, but also I'm also going to show you how to map out strategically your pathways so that you can complete one of the curriculums within 6 months. Please, by a show of hands, can you give me an affirmative that you see my screen? Thank you so much. So this is the main website, toastmasters.org. So if you are a member of Toastmasters, this is your main home screen after you log in. Before you get started, all the pathways of the educational programs are found under the Educational Programs tab. Now, if you are someone that is new to Toastmasters and exploring Toastmasters, doesn't know particularly what we call path or curriculum you want to partake in, you can go to the Choose a Path section right here. Obviously, pick your language. I don't speak Chinese, even though ni hao, that's all I know. And if you're new, you can take an assessment, which will help you figure out your goals and assign you a pathway. Now, if you are very determined and know, you can go to View All the Paths, like so, and you will see a list of all the separate curriculum that is involved in choosing a path. So we have presentation mastery, leadership development, engaging humor, with a little brief bio of what ideally this educational path will help enhance you as a member. Now, I will give you just a little caveat that Toastmasters International is going to be moving away and getting rid of a few of these paths. So if you're someone that finds a subject enlightening or something that you want to do, I would encourage you to purchase it earlier. They do the transition within the new year. I purchased, or quote unquote, George Mason on their behalf and their dime, purchased all 11 paths because one of my individual goals, which is beyond Toastmasters and not a requirement, is to complete all 11 paths. I just want to do that as an accomplishment personally. So after you select a path, you'll pay for it. Each path is $20 each. And once you're assigned that path or have that, sorry, we can go back to educational programs and you will enter what we call Base Camp. Now, Base Camp is the main learning module for Toastmasters where you will find all the curriculum that you need to partake in. So if I click on Access right here, what is it? Go to Base Camp. I'm going to pick the club that I like to award points. So I'm a member of 2 clubs. As you continue down path, it will ask you which club do you want to contribute your academic achievements to or your pathways to. I'm going to say that I always usually pick Alpha Toastmasters. Do not tell my other club. And you will see here, this is Base Camp. This is where all the curriculum is housed. So if you go to Paths and Learning, you will see all the ones that I'm enrolled in. As I said earlier, I purchased all 11. For those that are new, you'll see only 1 or 2. And I say 1 is initially what you purchase. You are automatically, as a new member, granted access to 1 pathway, but some people choose to do 2, purchase an additional 1. And so you see all the paths that I'm enrolled in, and I'll go to one as an example. Effective coaching. And you see open curriculum. And you will see all the different levels in which you can activate. These are all different projects. You have level 1, which has the icebreaker speech. This is the first speech for everyone with different speech projects. And ideally, you should progress down each of these projects paths as you go down. So icebreaker, that's everyone's first speech, writing a speech with purpose, body language. And you can see that each of these speeches have a curriculum that has an objective. And so you can see down the line, as you get further and further, the objectives change. And as you get further down, the projects get a little bit more complex, where they're not just speeches. They also incorporate maybe doing something outside of Toastmasters, like writing your own blog or creating a podcast. So after you have mapped it out, one thing that I'll do, and I'll share, I believe I shared with all the members of Toastmasters, is that you map it out. Now, there's no deadline on this. You can take your time, but if you're someone of structure and organization, I implore you, and please let me know if you see this Excel spreadsheet. Does everyone see this? Just give me a thumbs up. I implore you to map it out yourself. So I was made aware that someone made their own Excel spreadsheet, what they call their own pathways tracker. I found out it was a great way for me to stay organized and focused. And so what it does is you can go through the curriculum and write the level that you want, the speech title, the date that you're going to do it, who you assume to be your evaluator or the club that you're going to do it in. And I just went through and I mapped out all my speeches for leadership development, which I've completed already last week. And then I'm going to do the same for visionary communication, persuasive influence, and team collaboration. Because what I believe is, if I'm going to do this pathways or take it seriously, I want to make sure that I'm very strategic with my time. I want to make sure that things that I do is awarded here in Pathways. And my last tip that I like to share for those that are new to enrolling in Pathways is that you can do a speech outside of the club and get credit within your academic pathways, as long as a member of Toastmasters is there to evaluate you. Now, if someone is not there to evaluate you, what I've done, which you can view it as a workaround, is record said speech and then have a member of Toastmasters evaluate that recording, because technically they are still giving you evaluation on your speech, your delivery, and helping you contribute to your pathways. And so through that, I guarantee that if you map this out, you should be able to complete a full path, one of the curriculum modules, in 6 months or less. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. I am the president of George Mason Toastmasters. My email is pwilkerson3@gmail.com. I'm happy to support, mentor, and encourage anyone that is new to Toastmasters as they go through their Toastmasters journey. I turn control back over to our Toastmaster of the day. Thank you. You're on mute.
You're muted.
Thank you, Brother Phil.